So Joe Biden and the DNC have moved to effectively rig the 2024 Democratic primary in his favor. They're definitely putting their thumb on the scale here with this move. So there's been talk for a while about axing Iowa as the first contest in the primary. And look, the reasons for that are totally understandable. I supported axing Iowa because it was a mess. The Iowa caucus the last time was a fucking mess. And, there were all these sketchy things that went on. The app that was used was funded in part by Mayor Pete's campaign. And then you had Bernie got more votes, but Mayor Pete ended up winning according to the delegate math or some shit. And it took a long time to get the results. And there's all these problems. So yeah, Iowa should be gone. It's also a very, very small state. So the idea is, well, maybe you want a state that's more representative of the population in general and has more people there, or is a more Democratic-friendly state, because Iowa hasn't gone for Democrats in quite a while. So there's all these reasons why it's okay, let's move Iowa from the first contest. Well, now we know they decided on putting South Carolina as the first contest. Okay, do you guys remember what happened in 2020? Do you remember what happened? It was South Carolina that saved Joe Biden's dead campaign, honestly. So what do we have? We had Iowa, New Hampshire, and Nevada were the first three contests. Bernie got the most support in all three. Technically, Mayor Pete won Iowa, but Bernie got the most support in the first three states. Bernie had a blowout. He blew everybody out in Nevada. He won New Hampshire, and he got the most support in Iowa. And then Biden was not even in the conversation at the time. And then in South Carolina, you had Clyburn endorse him. Clyburn's an old school Democratic Party mafia boss there. And you had an elderly black population that handed Joe Biden the win. And it was because of South Carolina that he ended up winning the presidency. That sort of catapulted him moving forward. And then, of course, you had Mayor Pete and Beto and all these characters drop out of the race at the exact same time to endorse Biden, which coalesced the establishment vote around Biden. And you had Bernie was still running and Warren was taking votes from him. So you had all these issues that culminated with Biden winning. They got their shit together at the last minute to win, but it was South Carolina that put Biden back on the map. They are literally just rewarding the state for that reason. Biden wants to have a clear, decisive, huge victory in the primary in 2024 in South Carolina to attempt to try to clear the field. To say, look, there's no hope in trying to change it. There's no hope in trying to run against me. It's not going to happen. I'm going to crush you in South Carolina. So lead strong, come out the gate strong. That's what they're trying to do here. That's why they're picking South Carolina. It's like a layup state for them. That's how they view it. The other thing they did is they condensed the schedule, so there's not much time between the first contest, second contest, and third contest. So there used to be more time. So if you win Iowa, for example, there's a media narrative that develops. So Barack Obama won Iowa, and then there was a media narrative for a while that built up about how, is this the guy? What a campaign he's running. This is crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then that led to him doing well from there on out. Now, if South Carolina's the first one and the next contest is just a few days later, then there is no bump you get from the first primary. Biden can win that decisively, and then the next contest is right after South Carolina, and it's the only narrative that can set in is the establishment Democrat is the favorite, right? Because Biden is the favorite now. He is an establishment Democrat. The elderly black population trusts the establishment Democrats. So it could be him this time, and then whoever the handpicked ghoul is the next time around, Kamala Harris or Mayor Pete or whoever, they could try to run the same playbook with them. And so it makes it less likely that you have this insurgent upstart candidate. Because even though there are issues with Iowa, New Hampshire, and those states, they do have a track record of sort of being heterodox and not picking the layup candidate, the one who's the establishment's favorite, right? So it also squashes any sort of upstart candidate, any outsider candidate coming in and capturing the imagination because they condense the schedule too. So, look, this is dirty. Now, they were originally saying, it might be Michigan. We might move Michigan up to be first. And when I saw Michigan, I was like, okay, that's fair. That's fine. It's a diverse state. It can go in either direction, right? It could go for the establishment candidate or the anti-establishment candidate. And it's a state that's actually winnable by Democrats, right? South Carolina is not even in play in the general election. South Carolina is a solidly red state. And this is going to be your first contest for the Democrats. Again, the only reason to do this is to prop up Biden and prop up the establishment Democrats. It's so nakedly gross. It's so obvious what the play is here. And he feels weak. He feels like, I am beatable. And so they're trying to stack the deck in their favor. That's exactly what's going on here. And so this decision was even a surprise, as you can see from the headline here. This decision was even a surprise to South Carolina Democrats. They were like, we weren't asking this. We weren't expecting this. But again, the reason Biden did it is to put his thumb on the scale already. And this is what they have, man. The establishment Democrats have all the dirty tricks in the book. That's what they have. Because they know they don't have people power. They have establishment power. And it's disgusting, dude. It's disgusting. I fucking hate it. Michigan I would have been fine with. But South Carolina, it ain't right. It's not in play in the general election. We know why he did it, just to give himself a boost right out of the gate. And to destroy any potential upstart outsider candidates who could win a place like Iowa or Michigan and then have a narrative build. They want that out. They want that done. So it's the establishment doing what the establishment does. And it's this kind of lack of ingenuity that in the long run will hurt Democrats. Now, Democrats are lucky that Republicans are their opponents because they're like demonic, right? And insane and election deniers and all that stuff. But if the Republican Party gets their shit together even a little bit, then the Democrats are in trouble, because this is like trying desperately to hold on to the old guard and doing every dirty trick possible to achieve that. So that's where we are, man. All right, guys, that's the show. I love you very much. Do me a favor and like the video, subscribe to the channel, click that little bell icon. That'll give you a notification every single time a video drops. We're trying to get to 1 million subs. We're working on it. It's going to take a while, but we're doing the best we can. Appreciate all you guys for subscribing. If everybody who watched the channel subscribed, we would already beat 1 million. So definitely subscribe. Tell your grandma, tell your grandpa, tell your little cousin Craig, tell everybody to subscribe. Helps your brother out. Also helps in the algorithm too, when people comment and like and all that stuff and share the video, and that always helps in the algorithm. And the algorithm is, of course, no fan of mine. So anyway, love you guys. Big shout out to everybody who donates on Patreon. You guys keep this show going. If you'd like to support the show, links in the video description box below. And big shout out to all the Substack subscribers for Crystal Kyle and Friends. You guys make that show work as well. And again, you can find this show on the various podcasting outlets as well now. If you want to listen on Spotify or whatever, you can listen to the full shows. You don't have to go video for video like on YouTube. Anyway, I love you guys. Remember, live show on Tuesday. There is a live show in New York City on Tuesday. Come and check it out. We're doing it at a place called the Town Hall, I believe, in Manhattan. There's still tickets available. It's the Breaking Points live show with Crystal, Sagar, myself, and Marshall. It'll be fun. Probably be debates, all sorts of stuff. So definitely go check that out. And we'll be in Boston on Wednesday. So 2 live shows. I don't do live shows often, so if you're interested in coming out, then definitely come out, because I don't know when the next time we're doing a live show is. So anyway, love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.